Coming up on News Live at 6, a student business changes the game for food delivery on campus.
Plus, a shop with soul worried about staying on its feet. Why one downtown business's impact can't go away, even if it shuts its doors.
And rain is coming to Syracuse, and there's going to be a lot of it. I'll have more on that later, but until then, News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is CitrusTV News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
Good evening and welcome into News Live at 6. I'm Dillon Brendle.
And I'm Cora Mayer-Costa. The university is still unsure about how to proceed following the legal changes to college athletics. At the university's Senate meeting this evening, Chancellor Ken Severu didn't clarify where the $20 million athlete payment budget will come from or restrictions on name, image, and likeness. Other topics of the meeting included the Barnes & Noble transition in the bookstore and the creation of a textbook affordability working group.
From dining hall worker rallies to a lack of late-night eats, SU dining options have been decreasing. Our Dillon Augustine spoke with a group of students looking to provide a healthier and more affordable option that comes right to your door.
Thanks, Dylan. Yeah, a new student brand has come on campus and they are taking over. Check out Orange Plate. It's 11 a.m. Sunday morning, and Harrison Goldberg is beginning food preparation for the day. What started as just meal preparation for himself has now grown into so much more.
Orange Plate is a meal prepping service that myself and Gavin Mitchell and Hudson Landau came up with here at Syracuse, where we felt that there's a need to provide students with better dining options.
Orange Plate consists of Chef Harrison Goldberg and Hudson Landau, with the business side handled by the creator, Gavin Mitchell. The group constantly is seeking to find new ways and recipes to deliver food across campus and combat food options.
Yeah, I came in freshman year and I swear I lost like 15 pounds just because the dining hall food is disgusting.
Orange Plate is now only in their 4th week of production, with challenges around every turn, from allergies, meal prep, delivery, and prices.
Difficulties are definitely the outreach. Most of our customers so far have been our friends, and not to say that we're not extremely grateful for that.
Nevertheless, Orange Plate looks hopeful for the future and semesters ahead.
Next semester, we want to grow the business 100%. We want to have a customer list that, we hopefully people can engage in subscriptions, and we can create some sort of meal plan where they can buy some sort of package every week.
If you're looking for a tasty meal, the students of SU have your back. Orange Plate delivers every Sunday across the semester. Dillon Augustine, CitrusTV News.
Dylan, thank you. Now time for a first check of our weather. It wasn't too bad today. I feel like a lot of Wednesdays we've talked about how awful the weather has been, but today, not too bad. No rain, kind of warm, right?
Yeah, a little bit, although I still do need my hot cocoa, Dylan. Let's not put that away yet. Our Spencer Congel is live outside. Spencer, do we need our hot chocolate right now?
Cora, you don't necessarily need your hot chocolate to keep you warm right now, though I had a hot chocolate earlier too, and they're just nice and tasty drinks. So I can't blame you if you want one. But right now it's about 54 degrees outside, really not too bad, especially considering last week when I had my winter jacket and gloves on out here. Right now, it was a pretty nice day, like Dylan was saying. Overcast, but in the 50-degree range all day. As we move later into tonight, temperatures are going to drop a little bit. We're going to see a low of around 38 degrees, and at about 11 p.m. is when some of that rain is going to start, and that rain is going to carry on for quite a while. Make sure to stick around for the 5-day forecast that'll be later, where I'll tell you all about how long that rain's going to be, when it's going to come, and even if there might be a little bit of snow mixed in there, let's hope not. Temperatures won't be too cold in the near future, but check out for that later. Until then, back inside to you guys.
Spencer, I'll be locked in. I do not want any snow yet. Right here in Onondaga County today, Governor Kathy Hochul unveiled a completed bridge replacement project. The $5 million endeavor is replacing the Sheps Corners Road Bridge in Manlius with a safer structure. The bridge will feature enhanced enforcement, wider shoulders, and a new safety guide rail. The replacement comes after a report of over 200 accidents on Sheps since 2020. Let's head to downtown shop now that has drawn a lot of attention over the years for its continued support for the community. Growing older with no family, wanting to take over the business, the owner fears they may need to close the shop soon. Our Max Williams has the story.
If you happen to find yourself in the city of Syracuse, New York, you'll find a store with its door always open, where the soft hums of Italian music spill out into the street.
I've been a shoe repairman since before you were born.
From broken shoes to new shoes, this guy has been keeping the city of Syracuse on their feet for decades, and he comes with a lot of soul.
We don't make a lot of money over here, but we have a lot of fun. You're dealing with people, and when you do a beautiful job, people say, wow, they look so beautiful, and you make it feel warm inside. Charge you $15, everything. $15 is good enough for you, because you're so sweet.
He's doing a really good job, the way he plays the music, and I feel like I'm in Italy. So I'm Italian too, so.
One of the friendliest, best souls that we met in our time here.
But it's not just the people that love him, even the city has taken a shine to him, awarding Ralph with 10 awards that are proudly hung on the walls.
Not too many people got the honor to do that.
But how did he get all these awards? Well, just check out his basement. Boxes upon boxes and bags upon bags of shoes, ready to find a new home.
We're collecting more shoes than people live in Syracuse.
That's crazy, Ralph. And, how does that make you feel?
Oh my God, I feel like an angel, I can fly.
Not only does Ralph fix shoes, he also runs a shoe drive. What started off with a donation of 35 pairs has skyrocketed to a total of over 1 million pairs donated. Last year, he donated almost 39,000 pairs of shoes. This year, he's expecting to break that. With no immediate family wanting to fill Ralph's shoes, Discount Shoe Repair could soon be nearing its final steps.
It's very hard work, and my business, I have no insurance, no French benefit. Whatever you do, you gotta save it for yourself for the future. I got a little Social Security, but not much. But I try to save a couple of dollars for the future.
For now, Ralph is going to keep drinking his espresso.
By the way, this coffee is delicious. I'm making my espresso is delicious. You'll be sorry. You should have a cup.
And of course, keep doing what he loves.
They're gonna feel like a globe.
Reporting in Syracuse.
Ciao, Bella.
I'm Max Williams.
Well, Ralph isn't the only one helping the Syracuse community out. Ironwood studio owner Stacy Mervaugh is teaching a new skill to some Central New Yorkers. Here to explain how welding is impacting the lives of young girls and women is our Maura Vaughn.
Inside a barn in the small town of Springwater, New York, a skill from the Iron Age is taught to a new crowd.
Well, I've been welding for 25 years.
After graduating from Syracuse University with a bachelor's degree in sculpture, Stacy Mervaugh pursued her dream of welding by opening Ironworks Studios.
Got my hands on the welder and totally fell in love with welding.
It's not just a place that breaks through metal, but glass ceilings too. Ironworks teaches women and young girls how to weld. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, only 5.8% of welders in 2023 were females. Stacy is looking to increase that.
And I've had over 600 women coming in and out of these doors. Nice job! Being surrounded by other women that are like cheering you on while you're doing something that's kind of scary to you.
Fantastic, good job! Woo-woo.
You're not walking into some industrial space with a bunch of guys going, what are you doing here? You're welcome, more than welcome to be here.
When you're 16, you're too focused on learning to drive a car rather than building one. This group of high school sophomores is an engineering team. They're competing this year with the task to build a car entirely on their own.
You never know if you don't like something until you try it. And I think that there's a lot of scary activities that many young girls can be like, oh, I don't want to do that, but you never know unless you try it. So I think it's very important that they at least try.
The girls believe welding will help them build the car's frame.
I love seeing girls do non-traditional things. Like these girls since second grade, they've always just assumed that something like welding is 100% something that they can do.
Finding your spark, that's what we do here.
Through Merva's classes, students like Francine Pelkey found that spark they were missing.
This happened at a time where I was kind of at like one of my lowest points in my life. It was my happy place. It became my happy place. I never knew that I needed welding in my life. Was kind of what I said.
And even after class is over, Stacy hopes that women leave with a new sense of strength and confidence.
You know, as women, a lot of times when we go to pick up a tool, guys are like, oh, be careful. And there's no reason for us to be careful.
From heat to the heart. The bond that welding creates is unbreakable. Maura Vaughn, Citrus TV News.
Cora, thank you. Coming up next on News Live at 6, it hasn't happened in 22 years. The problem Governor Hochul is addressing today.
And all the weather you'll need to know about before the Thanksgiving break. Stick around.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome to my house. Everybody's pretty tired of each other. The walls were closing in. Clearly a case of too much family, too close, 24/7. If this sounds like your house, try going someplace new. YourLifeYourVoice.org. You'll find lots of ideas to help you handle the family stresses of being confined to close quarters. YourLifeYourVoice.org. It could help you find a little more breathing room.
You're watching Citrus TV News live at 6 with Dillon Brendle, Cora Mayer-Costa, and Spencer Congel. Now, your campus news leader continues.
Welcome back into News Live at 6. Local investors have an ambitious plan to revitalize Cazenovia College. The nearly 200-year-old institution shut its doors in 2023, but a new group is hoping to turn it into a complex.
9 Fresh is transforming the building that's set to feature residential, lodging, and office spaces. While the team of real estate investors and entrepreneurs has not yet purchased the old campus, a contract has been signed.
You may not realize it based on our Wednesday weather reports, but most of the United States has been battling a drought this fall, and New York is no exception. Earlier, Governor Kathy Hochul issued a drought warning for 10 counties downstate, covering most of the Hudson Valley.
It's also the first time the city has been under a drought warning in 22 years. No mandatory restrictions are in place, but residents are asked to conserve water where they can. New York City Mayor Eric Adams is also calling on city agencies to reduce water use as well.
Latest on Donald Trump's cabinet pick, he has made his pick to lead the Department of Education for the next 4 years. Linda McMahon, wife of former WWE CEO Vince McMahon, was appointed to lead the nation's schooling. She previously ran the Small Business Administration in the first Trump term, but has no background or expertise in education policy.
In the announcement, Trump said he wanted to send education back to the states. McMahon is part of the America First Policy Institute, a conservative group pushing for school choice programs and to stop schools from, quote, promoting inaccurate and unpatriotic concepts about America's history and institutionalized racism. Spencer?
From the CitrusTV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Dillon, take a look at our 5-day forecast here. That's a lot of rain, quite a bit more than we expecting. This is like the classic Wednesday news forecast that we got here. It's always rainy on Wednesday news. Tomorrow, 100% chance of rain. Friday and Saturday, pretty likely to. After that, the chance kind of drops off a little bit down into the 50 and 40%. And we probably will see the rain carry on after Monday a little bit too. And if you'll notice, those temperatures aren't super low. So a lot of this rain probably won't turn into snow. We may see overnight, late at night, some freezing rain, maybe a little bit of snow, but nothing that you're going to see sticking on the ground by the time you wake up. We could take a look at our radar here too over the next couple days here, Thursday and Friday, and see that storm kind of coming up and sticking around for a little bit. It won't be constant rain for the next 5 days. It will be kind of on and off. There'll be a lot of rain tomorrow. Then it'll stop for a little bit overnight, a lot of rain Thursday. So you won't get no break, but like I said, you're definitely going to need your umbrella. You're definitely going to need a nice warm jacket because it's going to be pretty chilly. Not chilly enough for snow, but still pretty chilly. You're going to need your rain boots because there's going to be quite a lot of rain on the ground. It's just going to be one of those weeks before you guys can go home and see all your family for Thanksgiving. That's all I've got in weather for now.
Spencer, thank you. Yeah, we'll be watching that for sure. Let's take a look at our Wednesday stock check though now.
The Dow is up almost 1/3% or $140. The S&P is barely up by just 13 cents. The Nasdaq down 1/10 or $21, sitting just under 19,000 points. Dillon?
The biggest movers today, Target is down over 21% after economists reported they're losing inflation-concerned shoppers to Walmart. Keysight Tech is up almost $13.50 after their Q4 earnings skyrocketed from their work with the AI industry. Lastly, Super Microcomputer, we talked about them a lot, continued to fall today, down almost 9% amid filing delays, marking them not in compliance with NASDAQ listing rules. Sliding back up the hill, though, SU women's basketball. Hey, Alex.
Well, coming up in sports, it's been a rocky start to the season for Syracuse women's hoops, but the Orange have a chance to get back over 500 in just about half an hour.
Welcome to an excellent episode of Live from Studio B.
Jason, let's go see your room.
How was it? Is it good?
And now, your Citrus TV Sports Report.
Syracuse women's basketball is just 2-2, but an in-state victory tonight would heal some early season wounds. Welcome to sports, I'm Alex Remoll. The Orange took down Fairleigh Dickinson pretty easily on Sunday to rebound from consecutive losses. Even with that in mind, head coach Felicia Leggett-Jack is not satisfied with her team's effort level.
We got to understand, you just can't play this game. You got to play this game for your story. You got to play this game for your why. You got to play this game for your mirror. And we're not there yet. It's almost like we're afraid to let go because we're afraid of our own dreams at times, and that's bothersome to me.
Well, FLJ may be less bothered if Syracuse can beat UAlbany in around 30 minutes. For the Orange, forward Kyra Wood has stood out in this young season. Wood is the top rebounder and second leading scorer for SU so far. But on the other side, keep an eye out for guard Kayla Cooper. The fifth-year star has played over 100 career games and averages over 20 points per game this season. And on the men's side, the Orange are undefeated, but things haven't exactly been easy. Adrian Autry's squad has won 3 games against mid-major opponents, all by single-digit points. Tomorrow, though, is the toughest test of the season, the first game of the Legends Classic in Brooklyn against Texas. The Longhorns are 3-1, and just like the Orange, their 3 wins have came against low-level competition. Texas dropped its season opener to Ohio State, a high major. The player to watch for UT is guard Trey Johnson, who averages an efficient 23 points per game, and the scary part is Johnson's only a freshman. Guard J.J. Starling has been the main man for Syracuse, coming off a 38-point performance against Youngstown State. This game tips off tomorrow at 7. In pro hoops, the Nets played their second NBA Cup game last night and beat the Hornets. Brooklyn dropped its first game of the tournament in heartbreaking fashion against the Knicks last week, so this win was huge. And the Nets must be addicted to drama because this was a tight game in the Barclays Center, where Syracuse men's basketball plays tomorrow and Friday. Charlotte led by 7 in the early fourth quarter, which turned out to be the largest lead deficit for either team until the final buzzer sounded. Brooklyn barely snagged a 1-point win. Hornets wing Brandon Miller had a strong night with nearly 30 points, but that just wasn't enough. The Nets got a great game out of forward Cameron Johnson, who dropped 34. Now let's take a look at the standings for the NBA Cup in Group A of the Eastern Conference, where the Knicks and Nets play. New York and Orlando lead the group at 2-0, but the Magic are number 1 because of their superior point differential. After 4 games, the top team from each group will move on to the knockout rounds, plus 2 teams from each conference. And yesterday, Brewers manager and Syracuse native Pat Murphy won the National League Manager of the Year award. Murphy graduated Christian Brothers Academy and started college at Lemoyne before finishing at Florida Atlantic. Milwaukee won over 90 games and made the playoffs in Murphy's first season as manager after nearly a decade as the bench coach.
Thank you, Alex. Speaking of Managers of the Year, our Spencer Congel will be in studio after the break to break down your wake-up weather.
Tomorrow when you wake up, it's going to be a little chilly, around 40 degrees, and there's going to be rain after 10 a.m., and it's not going to let up for quite a while. Cora?
Well, we're getting into the holiday spirit, and there are so many activities to see around Syracuse, but music is also a big part of the season.
Oh yeah, in Syracuse, there's one group who's spreading their musical spirit in a unique way. Having some technical difficulties. It's a really interesting story. Hopefully we can get that for you. But absolutely awesome this time.
It's a great, wonderful time of the year, too. I know I just quoted a Christmas song already. I have been preparing myself for the season, Dillon.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're doing to prepare yourself right now.
Okay, so I think people get a little bit carried away this time of year. We haven't had Thanksgiving yet, all right? We got to slow it down a little bit. Stop with the Christmas music. Stop putting up trees, all right? We don't need that yet. The stores are all decorated for Christmas. Like, calm down. We're not there yet. We haven't even had Thanksgiving. Let me enjoy that.
It's actually a very unique year because Hanukkah starts on the same day as Christmas.
How about
Isn't that amazing?
That is great.
I think it's definitely going to be a fun holidays, especially for like online things. I mean, Spencer, what are you doing for the holidays, and what can we expect to see for the weather? Do you know?
Well, I mean, I'll be around here in Syracuse. I'm not going anywhere, so you know, I'm going to be enjoying. There is some snow that's expected over Thanksgiving break, so I'm definitely going to be seeing some of that snow. But you know, we'll be driving up to Rochester. Got some breakfast with the family in Rochester. Some classic Thanksgiving dinner here in Syracuse. So you know, just enjoying the holiday, spending it with family. You know, what you would probably expect to do during an average Syracuse Thanksgiving.
Absolutely, Alex. What you got? Any big plans for Thanksgiving or Christmas?
For Thanksgiving, heading down to South Carolina with some family. Charleston,
awesome.
Beautiful city, old school, and it's going to be a great time in the South.
Very, very fun, very fun. Christmas in the South must be very interesting. I mean, I'm from Pennsylvania, so we don't always get snow at Christmas time, but you do kind of, you know, expect that kind of feel. But if you're in the South, it could be 80 degrees on Christmas, and you're wearing shorts and a Hawaiian T-shirt. What about that?
A Hawaiian T-shirt might be a little bit too much, Dillon. I mean, the South is not a different planet. I mean,
sometimes it's not much cooler here in Syracuse around Christmas time. I mean, I feel like in the past few years here, we've had a good number of like 50, 60 degree Christmases where there's no snow. I feel like January, definitely February is where that snow really starts coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that is definitely the case. We've had one time in Pennsylvania where it was like 50 degrees on Christmas Eve, and all the family was over, and it's nice because you get to wear shorts. It gets really hot when everybody's in the room, and it's like, oh my gosh, when it's 50 degrees out, you get to step outside onto the deck or something. Really nice.
I mean, I'm from the home of Billy Joel, New Jersey, so it's always, I love that we have the 4 seasons, and I mean, it's just perfect for the holiday season. You get, fall fashion is the best thing out there, guys, in my opinion.
It's true.
Right?
Absolutely. Love when you can wear a sweater or a nice pullover, something like that, and be more comfortable in a suit, right?
The whole closet is yours at that time of year. But hey,
Exactly.
That's Citrus TV News Live at 6 for this Wednesday.
We apologize for all the technical difficulties, but don't forget you can follow us on X and Instagram at CitrusTV News. Now, for the entire Citrus TV News team, I'm Cora Mayer-Costa.
And I'm Dillon Brendle. Have a great night, Syracuse.